Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry for the late start as usual. My sleep schedule's been garbage lately. We'll get it back together. Keep like falling asleep during the day, like when I should. Then I'll wake up halfway through, and then I won't fall back asleep for a little bit, and then I'll be like, well, maybe I'll get something to eat. Well, maybe I'll do this or that, and then I end up not.
What was the plan again?
Going back to sleep.
Oh yeah,
for a long time.
Bring the second coming of darkness.
For like 5 or
or
something.
I'm almost out.
Let me finish the stream setup over here. No, I don't care whatever is on the side. Okay.
Welcome to Summoner's
Windows
Rift.
11 thing being annoying. Okay. They might invade with Pike. I would hope they don't.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Okay.
The pack.
I think that should be good.
Ooh, Riku, let's destroy everything they hold dear, and then laugh in
Oh,
their
she
faces.
packed me at the beginning. Okay.
They're probably all there.
Yeah. Pike missed his
Minions
hook.
have spawned.
Alright.
Ooh, darkness is the new hotness. Life sucks without Zaya, but it is less complicated.
Are they really switching?
Ha!
I'm alright
I
with
believe
this.
in myself. Ooh, and Zaya.
Honestly, Shin probably is too. Unless he took all armor runes. That could be annoying, but...
Don't be such a star, baby.
Minion. One minion short. Okay, she healed.
Evil love.
I had to flash. If I would have flashed, I would have gotten another heal off. Damn, I was hoping I'd catch her with a tower shot there.
Life is way more fun.
You have slain an enemy. You have been slain.
And kill evil. Wear it like a sweet cloak.
I think I'm gonna go for the even shroud again.
Safety is boring.
That was working out pretty well
Let's start
a couple of days ago when I did that. I hope us kill Yi faster, give me a little more survivability. I don't think we're gonna have a problem getting on them. I think they're gonna be on us a lot.
It's not that I completely lost my sense of hope. It's that the light inside me died a long time ago.
The whole kind of Yi takes flash too instead of ignite. Pike's on you.
Yes. I'm gonna have to ward up because I feel like it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah. I'll try to bring you a control ward.
Dance to the beat. The beat calls darkness. I don't apologize for doing what I can.
An enemy has been slain.
It's missing a lot of BS.
Living the dream. The dream of darkness.
Yeah, I'm just not sure about the Ignite Shin. I still feel like Teleport's better, but people have pointed out there's no way you can win lane without Ignite. I guess you just have to be a lot more aware of what's going on when you use your ult.
Used to be a square. Then I embraced the darkness. Woohoo! Being bad feels so good.
I don't think they've said anything about nerfing Ignite. I could be wrong about that. I think they want the Ignite playstyle.
Except for my hair.
I think most players prefer the Ignite playstyle too, where you're actually killing people in lane. Like, they want stuff to happen in lane. They want deaths. Deaths are fun. It's like scoring in any sport. People like it when people score. People don't like games of League of Legends where nobody dies for 15 minutes, especially in pro play watching it. In general, right? Like, they do want games to last a certain amount of time, and they want there to be, like, counterplay and not too much snowballing, which Ignite does contribute to. But I think they've, you know, learned that they want to err on the aggressive side. Yeah, Exhaust is not aggressive. Exhaust is the opposite. It's, I mean, you can use it aggressively, but it stops people from getting kills. And it's very anti-assassin.
Doing the right thing. Boring. I'm way more fun now.
So yeah, I mean, nerfing Exhaust makes sense. Based on sort of my theory about what their goals probably are. Oh, not Excite. Oh, nerfing TP, yes. So yeah, I mean, I thought you said Ignite. Yeah, I mean, that basically fits into my narrative. Like, nerf TP, nerf Exhaust. Try to nudge people towards more lane dominant stuff.
World's gonna burn.
Yeah.
By fire.
Yeah, because early game TP, like, completely warps lanes. Big time. Especially in pro. Like, just the threat of a TP, even if people don't do it. Like, it stops people from being aggressive. You know, if they could have a ward bottom,
Safest for nerds.
and you could do a dive or something or whatever, like, your team might decide it's not worth the risk. You know, they could decide it's not worth the risk because... I'm not sure if I should have put that down. He could clear it. He didn't back, though, did he? No, Pike hasn't backed yet. Yes. They want to force earlier Drake fights. They want Drakes to matter because people... And I said this previously, that it shouldn't be the case that you should deliberately not want to get a Drake because you're afraid that it's going to give the enemy team too much catch-up bounty. And that's what happened last split. The number 1 or number 2 team, and NA, they're on you. They're coming.
Okay.
The number 1 or number 2 NALCS team was literally not taking free dragons because of the bounty system. So they either have to buff Drakes or nerf bounties.
Revolving endlessly in a circle they can't control.
And so they're buffing Drakes, which I think is good.
Been slain.
tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along.
Yeah, stop their back. We should have tempo on this now. I guess I'll go bottom. Okay, good. It does actually count towards my zombie ward. I just checked. If I see the ward with my control ward, but you clear it, or someone else clears it, it does still give me the zombie ward, which is nice. Okay.
Got ult in 10.
Okay.
I only believe in myself.
Okay, well. A little bit of a waste there, but his dash was about to come back up. I wasn't sure if we were going to get it. But she was just holding some of her spells the last hit.
I am bad because I'm free, and I am free
Yeah, good roam. Good.
because I'm bad.
Yeah, if we can start controlling those rivers more, and I can try to come up there and
Help you dragons too.
yeah, give you guys vision.
Shut down.
Pikes. Okay, he's coming. Okay, well she had to use bow sums, but
Sometimes we agents of darkness need a break.
Pike might be coming up. Yeah, he's coming.
Life is way more fun when you give up the rules.
He's right there.
Whoa! Danger brings out my bad side.
An ally has been slain.
320, not bad. Yeah, I mean, we probably didn't need to oversave that last one.
Rika, I did not rescue you from
I think
a
we got
cold
2
dead
plays.
planet
We may have just got
space.
one. Who the hell knows?
I
Whatever.
rescued you so you could hold my
We did it.
Tell me I look good.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Not sure where it goes at.
You wanna fight her? Oh no. Oh my god, what the? What the fuck kind of bait was that? Zaya's just
Let's start a fight.
hitting the scuttle by herself, and there's like 2 other people standing in that bush doing nothing. He's gonna try.
I dance to the beat.
Nice.
Yes.
Staring at me. It's daily affirmation. I don't apologize for doing my thing. Let's call for the Lord of Darkness. Emperor Hotness. Self-control is for star nerds. I choose fun.
Was I surprised about what? Oh, all those people in that bush? Yeah. I mean, who the fuck does that? Sits there and watch somebody farm scuttle. I mean, maybe I walked over a ward.
This place looks different when we're in charge of these. More dark matter? As far as the eye can see.
What? He's gonna heal just enough, I think.
Urgot's there.
Yeah.
He's coming down.
Living the dream. The dream of darkness.
An ally has been slain.
Used to be a square. Then I embraced the darkness. Woohoo!
I don't have
You wanna
ult,
go on?
but yeah, maybe.
Oh, you... I thought you had ult, my bad.
That's twice. Urgot saved me. Zaya is like really low with no resources too.
Perfection doesn't exist. My hair.
I mean, our bot's pushing.
Those good guys.
Shin's got his ult. Okay. Well, they missed a decent chunk of stuff bottom. Oh, Pike's going tank Pike too. Okay, throwback.
Not sure where Urgot's at.
An enemy has been slain.
Nice. Okay.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Universe is nice, and I like it. Sometimes we agents of darkness need a break.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been
I am
slain.
so far past redemption, I am in the fun zone. Population Rakan.
Enemy
Alright, maybe I'll get
rampage.
Zeke's here. It does have the armor on it. Oh, the Yi. From earlier, yeah.
Your turret has been destroyed.
World's gonna burn.
Pike could just ult me. How the fuck? I guess he's got red. I was about to say, how the hell did he heal to full?
Don't stare at me. It's daily affirmation time, Grandma.
Yeah, tank Pike
Safe is for nerds.
hasn't been optimal, yeah, for years, but I don't know. I've thought about it.
An enemy is unstoppable.
I do what I want. No Stargate. Six.
have to just give this. I've got ult, but yeah. Okay, maybe with her we can do it. Fuck, I didn't press ignite. God damn it.
I was talking to this guy.
Oh my god, Zaya didn't fucking die either.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Oh, it's such a good setup.
Shut down.
How do the Star Guardians see anything? They're so darn sparkly.
Shut down. Your inhibitor is destroyed.
Alright, let's go get this dragon. He's over there.
Life sucks without Zaya, but it is less complicated.
Oh my god, he's going Sunfire Yi? Fuck, seriously? Oh my god. Alright, just back off him.
I only believe in myself.
He sidestepped me. People are going crazy with this Sunfire build. Shit, maybe I need Sunfire Rakan. With lethal? Does lethal tempo increase Sunfire? Oh, really? I can't believe they just... I mean, they do have Yi and Urgot. What the? Oh, seems bad. Don't show Kha'Zix? Okay. Alright, well, this will take it. I could have just barely snuck out of there. His W... How does his W proc it 3 times? His Alpha Strike?
Thanks, Riku. Real cool.
Does Sunfire proc on spell hits?
When Zaya and I were abandoned on a desolate planet, I realized something. I don't like being alone. Oh, and Spiky Space Squid.
His how does Meditate proc it? Oh. Renekton, yeah. Oh, I see. Sorry, I missed the Renekton part. That item must just be really overtaken. You see him just weird shit get it, like Diana. Bring back the Sunfire Malachi or something, I don't know. Sunfire Malachi plus Demonic Mask. Hey, what's up, Pontiff? Good to see you. Sunfire Azir.
Hey, I'm back.
Yeah, you guys keep pushing. Maybe Kha'Zix and I might be able to get someone in transition.
An ally has been slain.
They might just straight go for the inhibitor bottom, also.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I choose fun.
I'd be able to collapse on this river.
Yeah.
Onward.
Azazel and the Mono God Chaos rosters and Warriors to be expanded. I did see that. Yeah, I'll do a video about that. Already seeing Halloween advertisements. What's that, Mal? I didn't see them specifically. I knew that the 4 that they like leaked in a presentation, the 4 factions or whatever, on accident. I mean, I knew that was what the first DLC would be, right? It's either going to be 2 gods or a 4 god pack. They'll probably do like the 4 god pack here, and then maybe they'll do 1 extra lord for each of the human factions or something next. I don't know. They had, in Warhammer 2, they did a 2 lord faction. 4 is a lot. But it's like, you can't do just, you know, 2 chaos gods and not the other ones. They just seem so intertwined. Get in there?
We played that fight so well. It's really good.
Yeah, it was nice. Shin lived just long enough. Zazel today. I'm gonna have to look it up. And I am gonna get back in on it as soon as Immortal Empires comes out. I thought about starting and doing 1 campaign with Warhammer 2 before it came out, but it just feels like a waste, sort of. Yeah, when Immortal comes out, I'll be back. But I made a video sort of announcing that. I just haven't published it yet. But I'll try to publish it for tomorrow. And then maybe cover those gods. Baron is up at 40.
Yeah, I'm heading there.
I'm way more
Okay.
fun now.
Pretty big now.
Nice. That's a big boy.
It's a big boy.
Kind of like Big Kitty. But that's a girl.
Kitty.
Whoa! I saw stars for a second.
Well,
So dark.
Yeah, there's a ward right there.
we have Yeast dead.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can try to pressure.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah! Like the Kool-Aid man. Oh, shit. Maybe not. She just takes so long to kill anybody, man. Late game.
Master Yeast coming. He's probably on Baron, soloing it.
Sometimes we agents of darkness need a break. I do what I want. No stars.
Miles might have his ult back. Fuck. Silenced. God. Man, he's just really... Oh!
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Oh yeah, he did already solo Baron. It's cool. I don't think Baron should ever be soloable. That's just me.
Can't kill evil. You can wear it like a sweet cloak.
Hopefully I'll get access to it a week early. Technically I'm part of early access, but I don't get as much as the big timers. It's basically a 2-tier system.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
They might give it to me a little bit earlier than that. I don't know. I just really wish Kalista did actual damage. It's just so hard to kill this Urgot.
Can't just go out. I need to follow you into this forest.
Yeah. And they see us coming too. I mean...
You kill Urgot?
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna jump over that wall, but...
Life sucks without Zaya, but it is less
I
complicated.
mean, we can literally just strike if we have to.
Who the fuck got that? Zaya's soloing it? Okay, well, hopefully her whole team dies for her doing that. And they're just getting away with this bullshit, like one person soloing an objective. I mean, it's the next major holiday, I guess, but yeah, it is a little weird.
Has been slain.
Maybe they're trying to just get people feeling some good vibes. They're like, okay, if it's Halloween, it's not oppressively hot, hopefully.
I am mad because I'm free. I am free because I'm mad.
God, if we kill him.
I know, that's what I'm saying, is they're trying to get people to forget everything that's going on now. Just be like, imagine a nice Halloween where it's 70 degrees outside and you're
I love
throwing a Halloween party.
evil. Love me.
You get to wear your favorite slutty Halloween costume. Or you get to go trick-or-treating with your friends. You know, whatever.
Life is way more fun if you give up the rules.
Okay. How the fuck is he not dead? What the fuck? Dude, he was at 1 HP. Kha'Zix just ran like a little bitch.
Has been slain.
Well, this did do about 2,500 extra damage, even Shroud. No, I mean, sort of, but like, it was just, Kha'Zix stopped attacking and tried to run. Yeah, I think a lot of people like Fall. Yeah, I just lost with I don't know. I feel like I always lose with Kha'Zix. The player was okay. It's just he has to have the right situation. And Callista, how much damage? Yeah, she just. I mean, I guess it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I don't know. I was gonna say, I guess her damage is not that bad, but Jason did almost 50% more. Like that's not good. The other ADC did like 30% more.
Be right back in this bathroom.
Okay. The Shin only did 18,000 with that build, so it really wasn't like the Shin that was the huge problem there. I mean, it was obviously the Urgot was the biggest one, but I don't know. I mean, our Shin did like no damage though. Also, I think that's Force of Nature. I think right there is very questionable because their only magic damage is Malzahar. Like literally, that's it. And you're buying a 2,800 gold like full-on all magic resist. I feel like if that would have been, isn't he supposed to still get like Titanic Hydra? I don't think it's understandable. I mean, 13,000 damage on a solo laner? I mean, I did 9,000. No, Pike did 9,000. I did 10,000. Like, barely doing more damage than a, like, basically an Enchanter support. Effectively 2 Enchanter supports. Yeah, I feel like... And where the hell's his Sunfire, man? If Sunfire's so OP right now... Yeah, I feel like Sunfire plus Titanic Shen would have done a lot more work. I don't know. We still could have won with some fights, but it felt like we had some really good setups, some wombo combo. We just couldn't convert it. They just did so much more damage. I felt like we just couldn't kill them. Because there were a couple, like that one in the base. It was something like... IW knocked him up, and Jason pushed him into the wall, into me using Callista's ult to knock like 1 or 2 of them up again, and we still lost the fight. It was like triple knockup. The one fight by Dragon was good. I mean, some of it also was we rarely had an actual 5v5. Like, it was people caught or out of position or whatever. Yeah, I think... I mean, Shin is a tank, but... I don't know. Like, they didn't have that much healing either. Like, do you really need Thornmail right there? I think at least Sunfire Titanic would have done wonders for his damage. Because, like, when you're against Master Yi also, your tanky items don't really matter. Like, all that matters, do you kill him while he's CC'd? If you don't, you lose. Like...
The heart of a weakling.
Is Thornmail an Urgot counter? It's okay. Urgot doesn't heal. I mean, I get... Okay, so if it reflects every time he uses his W, that makes sense. I mean, I'm not like... I don't hate the Thornmail. I don't hate the Thornmail, but... I do feel like Sunfire... There's something wrong with Sunfire, because there's all these weird-ass champs are getting it now, so it has to be... really good. When you start seeing like Diana getting Sunfire and Master Yi and all this other stuff, you know there's something wrong with the item. I don't play champions that get it, so I don't know exactly how much damage it does. And I haven't watched a lot of pro or challenger streamers, but alright. Fucking Senna.
The Tempest is at your command.
I'll go with Janna just to try to shut up that Zac. Zac is such a fucking menace right now. I have to have a disruption. And I mean, Sivir scales really well now. Honestly, my win rate was Janna's about the same as my win rate with Rakan. After like 50 games, she's my second most played. What the hell is their team?
Oh boy.
Sort of stop Amumu's Q, yeah. It still gets the initial stun, but it does stop him from going in. Ash mid. Okay.
With ease.
I go bottom. Do I just get... Am I actually going to be able to trade with them, though? I think I might just go Relic here. I think I'm just going Relic, because I really... You don't want to trade with Senna. You're just giving her free souls.
Swiftly. Welcome to Summoner's
I think we
Rift.
just spam Tornado and Sivir bullshit and just clear the wave, push them in, and just scale.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Yeah, Zac top's playable. I think Zac's really good. I've lost to Zac almost every time I've seen him. Because I don't think his healing has been nerfed. Like, every other piece of healing has been nerfed, and Grievous Wounds has been nerfed really hard. And I'm almost positive Zac did not get his passive healing
As you
nerfed.
wish.
And yeah, he's a Sunfire abuser, and you can probably get Demonic on him too. So you can probably do
Minions
Sunfire
have
Demonic.
spawned.
Not every piece of... I'm sure you can find some obscure piece of healing that hasn't been nerfed. But you know what I mean? Like, the mainstream stuff.
Breathlessly.
Yeah. I mean, other champs have some too. Most meta healing was nerfed, but I mean, the big one is also Grievous was nerfed.
At once.
I could have given her a shield. I don't know. Like, shield level 1 is sus, though. But I'm probably not trading, I don't think.
In harmony.
Okay, I gotta remember I have Relic this time, so I need to try to do stacks. I wish I could take Stealthies just for the mana, though, early, but
Ease.
I'm just trying to push.
As you wish. By your command. Swiftly.
Yeah, we're just basically... People watching, I'm just basically pushing in with the Tornado. Oh, fuck. I didn't get the cannon minion. I totally forgot I had Relic, and I said, don't forget you have Relic. Just lost an uncontested cannon, because I'm just not used to having it lately. But that also allows Sivir to bounce the stuff off of them.
Breathlessly.
So just max Tornado. They're gonna nerf everything else about her.
In harmony.
If If we keep her pushed in, then it's harder for Senna to like get souls on us too. Like she's gonna get her free souls, but it'll be harder for her to get some for us.
Swiftly. As you wish.
Sivert, get the fucking wave.
The storm urges. Upon the wing.
Favorite dish that my wife makes, dude? We don't cook. What? Bringing home pizza, I guess. I don't know.
An enemy has been slain.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ally has been
No, we don't really cook anything that's like would be like an actual meal.
has been slain.
Pasta, I guess. Lost chapter of Mumu.
Oh god. Might be a good time for all movie squish.
God, she still has 20 souls. So stupid. Like, you just can't shut it down. She hasn't even really gotten that many souls on us. We've had her in tower. No, don't do it! Fuck.
In harmony.
Honestly, did not even see the fucking Amumu coming in there. I knew he'd... Velvet would probably die inting into the tower. Amumu might be coming up from Raptor area in 10 seconds or so.
Yeah.
No, we just eat, like, just stuff that doesn't need a lot of preparation, right? Like, shit, we just kind of do our own food a lot of times. She'll just do, like, she'll make a little quesadilla for herself with just simple stuff, just like some cheese, beans, maybe some salsa or something with it. I usually just eat, just make myself, like, some basic whole grain pasta. So just eat, like, some fruit, like bananas, strawberries, blueberries, whatever. I mean, it's just vegetarian, so
With ease.
she just eats a lot of vegetables and like simple food. And we almost never do takeout. Like I mentioned the pizza, like we maybe do that one or twice, you know, per week. But yeah, I mean, it's not anything that's like of any significant culinary note, you know what I mean? It's like just basic shit. I think so. I mean, I don't know. Like, she was ordering from, there's like HelloFresh. So she was ordering from that and a couple of, like, another little app thing that was, or not app, but service that was kind of like that, where they send you, like, a recipe and some fresh ingredients for something. So she was doing that for a little bit, but, I mean, she definitely doesn't cook for me. I mean, we're on, like, different schedules most of the time. Like, I'm eating dinner at, like, 5 a.m. a lot of nights. She's eating at, like, 5 p.m. Unless we're going out for dinner or it's the weekend or something. I don't know, like, a lot of people are really into food. For some reason, we're just not. I mean, maybe we should be. Like, I do like nice food, but... I was looking at all of them, man. It's, like, the calories. There's so many fucking... It's like 1 tablespoon's 120 calories.
Breathlessly.
I guess that's not that much different than, like, pizza or something. Damn, I don't know why she turned. Like, we were out. When he has his ult, you know? Like, he could have just run. Yeah, so that's what she does, is she kind of works it where she gets a special for a little bit. And then as soon as the special's over... then she quits and goes to a different brand, and then they try to, like, get her back. Damn it! She hit me, so she got 1 tower hit. What the fuck? God damn it. I don't know. I mean, calories are overrated, I guess, but, like... I mean, that's mechanically... I think a lot of what goes into weight management.
As you wish.
3,500 calories for a pound. Excess. I mean, you know that. You're... I don't know. I mean, I obviously, like, maybe it's the physiology behind certain calories.
Swiftly.
And just the way they get metabolized and they interact with all kinds of other nutrients and all that stuff. Obviously matters a ton, too. It does. I mean, maybe I'm just being too weird about the calories. But you gotta think about, like, I don't know, the alternative, right? Like, I was just getting, like I said, just like this kind of basically tomato sauce. Prego. What are good calories? I mean, you need calories to live. It just depends on what your... I mean, Mal will give you a much more detailed answer, but I think it just depends on what your fitness goals are and kind of where you are in terms of those goals, or your health goals, you know? I used to eat a shitload of calories because I wanted to gain weight when I was younger. You got one more? Fucking hell. Well, we got both flashes, I guess. But I mean, I imagine a good calorie is something that has good, you know, nutrients that goes with it. That's, you know, part of a balanced diet. Like whole grains. Whole grains usually have fiber. I think that's a big part of... Fiber's apparently huge for weight management. Especially soluble fiber, I've heard. Doesn't it, like, help regulate your insulin levels or something like that, Mal? I think insulin, I've heard, I mean, that's, like, key for weight management. Have a fucking vision. Holy shit, they're all here. Yes, chase me, come on! Belveth! Okay, he overchased me, make him pay. No, doesn't have it. I don't see how that champion is so much of a minute. Like, I've seen her do some nutty stuff, but I just feel like if that's a Viego or something there, for example, something else with resets, I think he just kills everybody, like we saw yesterday. I hate beans. I don't know. I think I was just traumatized with a few foods when I was a kid for some reason or other. I've got some kind of psychological block with them, but especially like pinto beans and that. I mean, maybe there are some that are like okay. Zach's on your flank.
You're the first one to gank my lane.
Spree. An ally has
It's
been
Ash
slain.
lane, so
Yeah.
I don't know what this Belveth is doing.
I don't know. I mean, look, it's kind of hard to gank Velvet, but I don't know. It feels like against Ash, it shouldn't be that hard.
Right.
Upon the wind.
I mean, like, we've got flashes twice bottom, but then she doesn't revisit for like 5 minutes. What? Irelia, shut the fuck up. I mean, Irelia should be side laning. I mean, well, maybe she's right about that. Maybe it's Sivir. I don't know. I think it's fine. Sivir's fine top. Like, Sivir has her ult to get away from stuff.
As you wish.
Oh, she gets old Voidlings. Nice. Because she killed the Rift Herald. Those whole things are such fucking bullshit, man. I mean, I don't know. Like, I get if you're utilizing her whole package, if you get these Voidlings, that makes her pretty strong.
Has destroyed a turret.
It's like Malzahar minions on crack. You get so many of them. I heard Zach, but I didn't see it. Yeah, they're all flying in at Mach speed here. No fucking way. There's no way. Alright. They mad. Oh, they're gonna...
Your turret has been destroyed.
Fuck, are they dead? They're just dead.
In harmony.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally
It's not worth it right when Dragon's
slain.
gonna spawn, man. We could have just... got that tower later. Damn it. Spilled some coffee! Fuck! Like, people would just overreact to shit all the time.
With ease.
It is kind of annoying, because that's like right where my mouse goes, though. I can't believe Amumu did fucking Ludens. What?
Swiftly.
I guess maybe he thinks they need a hard AP threat or something because they have so much AD on their team. Maybe he's just like, alright, Zach will be tanky enough. I don't know. Seems like an odd choice.
Upon the wind.
guess I'm going top.
Diabetes. Wilford Brimley. What's it? He was like a... Wasn't he in the military or also an actor or something? And it's like the one thing he's probably most remembered for is a commercial. That's gotta feel a little weird. I mean, I guess he doesn't feel any way about it because he's dead, but... I guess being remembered for something's probably good. If people care about that. Depends on what you're being remembered for, I guess, yeah. Where are my other awards? I do need to, like, get cannons better. Okay, there you go. I guess we just threaten this. Yeah.
Mumu's bottom.
Yeah, Mumu's bot. Really? Why is our damage so fucking low? I mean, I guess it is only 20 minutes in, but oh my god. Oh, he's dead, right? Yeah, get away with that bullshit. You and Zipper? What?
An ally has been slain.
Wow, we did that really...
Has been destroyed.
With ease.
Why was that so slow? I mean, we've got Kraken, Blade of the Ruined King, Belveth, with Sivir and Azir.
Breathlessly.
It does not compute. I mean, it is 20 minutes in, but... Why did that Ashe? Oh, it's fucking AP Ashe, dude.
As you wish.
I was like, that Ashe arrow hit pretty hard. I mean, I guess that's cool for the meta if there's lots of goofy shit that should be bad that's actually doing well. It just... I don't know, maybe it's my mind.
In harmony.
This feels like people are trolling, and I'm losing to it, and that doesn't feel good, but... Close gotcha.
Upon the wind.
An enemy has been slain.
Okay. Aurelia's kind of popping off here. Could have been Sunfire Ashe, yeah.
Swiftly.
Three top. And we can intercept him right here. I don't know if we have the horsepower to kill him, though.
As you wish.
Bro, like, what the fuck?
Has been slain. Double kill.
Is she DC? Fuck. And I was trying to peel her and I died too. She literally just walked out and stood still right in front of a Moo Moo. I really hope she's not just inting. That was pretty big. I mean, that puts them on soul point, and they're gonna get a shitload of kills right here. Yeah, that is true. Now they buffed Demonic and Leandries. You don't see him as much anymore. I don't know what she was doing. Maybe she was trying to bait a spell shield on him or something? Or like bait them to go on her, like they're not just gonna instantly kill her. AP Amumu.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Sure, that was a good idea. People are just losing their mind. Bel'Veth's kind of like the new Diana. Like, it feels like the score on Bel'Veth's are usually something like 10, 10, and 10 by the end of the game or something. Like, they're going to get some kills, but they're going to feed a lot too. Feels like a 2 KDA kind of champ. So Irelia is really, really fed though. Like, if we could play around Irelia, she might be our ticket. Okay, yeah, get her, get her. Okay. Yeah, with Irelia here, we should be able to do this thing. She isn't just imp here. Irelia, get the fuck over here! Like, what are you doing?
Never have to fight.
Upon the wind.
Nice, there we go. Okay, she's got her little void bullshit too. So, this should be a good push. Especially, I don't know if Baron affects the little void minions or not. It looks like it does not, but still, like, it's still good. Oh, it does affect them, never mind. Yeah, let's just go get this. Oh, that tornado! Run, dude. Okay. Let this bullshit. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, there she goes.
As you wish.
She's lagging or something. I don't know. But no, they're not gonna give me time to back. I don't think. I'm having a ton of wards. No, don't let her fucking get the shit. She flash?
She did.
Okay. I have to say, I don't know how the hell it didn't hit her. Can't see the flash animation. Okay. Now we can just push up bot. I mean, we got, yeah, we'll just get dragon, I guess. You should be good to push it up. I think we got it for free. I've got so much gold. I kind of don't want to waste Baron. Is Amumu good or bad? I would say he's playable. Alright, I got a Mikhail's here. see Ash.
As you wish.
Kills have more value. I think she's fine. Yeah, I don't want to use my Mikhails on that. Really? Okay, I should have let him just hit me on the rebound there. Should we just get this? Or, I don't know. This is kind of low. Let's just get this. I think it's just going to be easier. Here, just grab this real quick. I think they have too much wave clear. I mean, maybe if Irelia pushes pressure's bot. Zach can barely clear those supers up top. Alright, thanks Jet for coming out, I appreciate it. Oh, she's still got the little minions. Forgot that stays for so long. Baron in a minute. Fuck! Alright, well he's dead though. Okay.
The enemy's inhibitor is respawned.
No, 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 just get the... Don't end, please.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Can you guys end? Okay, maybe you can. Oh, yeah, it's just one person. Yeah. I thought they had two. What's that Stingray thing? Yeah, it's a new chant. Basically just close combat, reasonably mobile champion. Like, the stuff that makes her kind of unique is whenever she gets a kill, she kind of has resets. Like, the person spawns into a crystal, and then she basically eats the crystal and gets like a buff for like a minute. And if she eats I don't remember if dragons count. If she eats a Rift Herald or a Baron, then if she's in a lane, every time an enemy minion dies near her, she basically gets almost like a Malzahar minion that's permanent until it dies, that pushes the lane with her. Dragons don't count. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Are you there, Jason?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, no, my client's bugged out. That's why I was asking. You got time for one more, or are you done? It's good either way.
I'll play one more.
Okay. Is this for the promos?
Well, this is if we win, I'll be gold 1.
Okay, nice. Should get those minions when she kills Void champions too. I mean, that would be flavorful, but I don't think they like too many very specific champion interactions. Like the Rengar Kha'Zix thing, like that's kind of cool, sort of lore-wise, but I don't think they want that type of thing to be widespread. Or it's like champions that have a lot of very specific interactions with other champions. Like, Yasuo does it too if someone else knocks him up, but he can also do it himself. Like, there are some rule benders for sure, but... Zaya, Rakan. But, like, that stuff is kind of hard to balance. Because then you have to balance it around, okay, they need to be balanced in pro play, assuming that one team has both of them. Right? And then that makes them weaker individually when you don't have both. I guess if they're on the same team. If they're on different teams, I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting concept, but... Stop asking me if I'm human. How do you judge when you're not human yourself? It's giving you the Turing test. It's gaslighting you. It's like, no, we are the humans. You are the machine. Stop pretending otherwise. I mean, yeah, I guess maybe that, I mean, like, getting one of those little minions wouldn't really be that big of a deal, probably.
You have the heart of a weakling.
Sorta, but that's not like he specifically has, like, if he kills TF specifically as a champion, right? Like, he just takes ults. Like, but it's for anybody. That would be the equivalent if Belveth gets a little minion for killing anybody. Which, I don't think that would be that crazy, but... Super set on not nerfing Wukong. Oh, they nerfed him, man. They nerfed his health regen, dude. What do you mean? They gutted him.
Let's change the world.
I'm not picking Mord. What the fuck? I mean, I guess he wants to be able to jump through Vhagar's cage and Sejuani and stuff. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but... Okay, I did get a magic resist. Is it a Vhagar? Yeah, okay. Let's say I did take a magic resist rune. She's still pretty good. Yeah, Wukong is based on some sort of folklore god in China, but I don't know. They'll probably nerf him more eventually. They're just taking their time with him, I guess. I think their next patch they're supposed to nerf his AD ratio. There had been something that came out that looked like they were buffing it, but then I've seen something else that said they were nerfing it. He is flagged as being nerfed next patch. Now, what that actually means, we don't know. But... yeah, I mean, that's like an attractive theory, right? To say, alright, yeah, they are a Chinese company, so they want this, you know, champion that represents Chinese God to... But you gotta ask yourself also, it's like, are people really, like Chinese teenagers and stuff, are they really playing League of Legends because they feel like their pantheon is represented? Like, they don't even, they're not even allowed to talk about religion over there. You'll disappear. It's like a communist police state. Hey, someone asked about Senna. Sorry, I missed who that was. My chat just scrolled, but I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I think Senna is pretty strong. I have her S tier for this patch. I think she's top 4. My S tiers were
Summoner's Rift.
Seraphine, Senna, Rakan,
Joy's too quiet without sorrow on the
and
30 seconds until
the Claw
minions
Lady.
spawn.
Blanket out of the name. She still scales really well. They nerfed some of her utility. I think they nerfed her slow or something like that on her Q. By like from 20% to 5% or 15%, something like that.
Minions have spawned.
We still going? Okay. The fuck?
Even if I heard every single
Oh, he messed up his jump! Okay, he got him.
Dude, this cat is mad.
Did anyone get an assist on that? Yeah, you guys did, okay. Fine, we can just walk through try. I can play one more if you want to. Jason's gonna go to sleep, I think, after this one.
Jason. Yeah. Okay, cool. We got a flash.
You can't keep your song inside.
Yeah, I pick Senna. If they have a lot of CC and I'm just trying to scale, I pick Senna. I don't know. Like, Veigar is obnoxious. Or if I'm just trying to, like, dominate the lane. I think she's one of the best pushers. I think she's, like, a better version of, like, Karma, basically.
An enemy has been slain.
Kitty's about to go mad.
Kitty's going off.
Houston needs to start playing Vanguard.
For my lyrics.
Seems like a champion play.
Cap's audience. Hope I don't get lost in all this music.
Killing spree.
Hey, what's up, True Northern Sun? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play Immortal Empires when it comes out. Are they releasing that new DLC? Are they releasing that when they're releasing Immortal Empires, like on the next major update, or is it after that? Where the there. Damn it. Took way too long on that.
People don't always listen, but that's no reason to keep quiet.
What's up, Steven? Oh, it's going alright. I think we're 1-1. Had a couple of long games.
For the longest time, I couldn't hear myself over the crowd. So, I made them part of me.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't looked it up specifically. I'll have to look up the details. But yeah, from what I saw, and I am going to release a video on my overall thoughts about Immortal Empires. I recorded it. I just haven't released it yet. It looks really good. I really like what they're doing with it.
Come for the show, stay for the match.
Looks like they finally are listening. I like the way they're talking about it. I really like how they're enhancing a lot of the older stuff too. I think that's a really smart move to get people to buy some of the buy Warhammer 1, buy some DLC, show a little love, because people still do like the old factions. I know, especially dwarves. Dwarves are like my most requested race for people to play, or that people want me to play historically. And I personally really like vampire counts. So the fact they're giving some of these sort of misfit lords. Oh shit, what the fuck? Please don't die there. I'm really interested in that. Like,
Never heard of it.
I don't know. I don't have cooldowns, man. Okay, yeah, it is. Manfred down in the desert might be kind of interesting too. If they give them new, like, I like that they're not just giving them some new units or giving them some balance, but they're like giving them new objectives. That's what it sounds like. And that they're also trying to diversify win cons and the mid and late game and stuff like that. You're probably going to sleep. Okay, that's fine, man. I probably should do the same. We'll get you next time if you want.
Thank you.
Exactly. I've heard it's a different team, balanced team. These are the people who ran Warhammer 2. That the people who were initially designing Warhammer 3 and handling its release was a different team that hadn't done it before. And that they're back to the Warhammer 2 leadership. I don't know if that was planned anyways, or if that was in response to the criticism or what, but I can definitely feel it, that they just seem to be a lot more attuned to what players want. And I'm actually like... It sounds like it's exceeding my expectations. Like, I wasn't expecting them to rework Warhammer 1 stuff, but they are, which sounds good. Can we do it, or...? Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, Grombrindle and Nagaroth looks cool. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in addition to all the lords. I like how they, like, where they place the Chaos Lords, too. So that you get a... Because that's one of the main things I think that's really cool is... And they started doing this a lot more in Warhammer 2, and I thought they did a great job with most of the Warhammer 2 stuff. Was different locations. Like, even if it's the same faction, just changing the location, changing the kinds of factions you're fighting against early, can, even if even if you're getting the same kinds of units and stuff, it still works really well. Like, Skaven is my favorite faction, and I think that they did that better than anybody, where all of them start in a different location, they all have their own little special mechanics, especially the newer DLCs, where they're getting different kinds of units. They have different sorts of victory objectives. I think that's what you want to do. But just starting off in different locations is just really cool.
Sure where I'm going? Can't wait to find out.
And it looks like that's what they're doing with more and more factions. At least sort of. Like, most of it, I mean, you gotta do some stuff that's lore accurate, right? Like, you still have 2 lords that are, like, Empire lords that are in the Empire. But they're like, they moved a Bretonian lord down to Lustria, Manfred to the desert, Volkmar to the desert, the Necromancer vampire guy over next to End. And the 4 Chaos Gods are, like, all in different places, like the 4 corners of the world, basically. It's really cool. Yeah, I like that. Rictus getting a little love. His playstyle was kind of interesting, but his start position was so freaking hard. I almost tried it one time. It's like up in Nagaron. Is this warded? I feel like it's warded. Okay, yeah, let's just push. We don't have a cannon on this, but... cannot believe we didn't get more than one. But Yumi got it. I don't know. Maybe I could have. But yeah, I'm hyped, man. It's looking freaking good. Which Warhammer 2? It's Warhammer 3 that's coming out. If that's what you're talking about. It's like the actual mainstream game, Immortal Empires. They're doing all that stuff. See, I feel like they could have just said that. Right? Like, yes, it should have probably been ready on release, right? Like, they're saying it's hard to do. Yes, they've had 4 or 5 years. They could have said something like COVID, they probably did say COVID slowed us down and stuff like that. But I think even just announcing, look, it's big. We're doing a lot of extra stuff. We're reworking, you know, a dozen Warhammer 1 Lords for free. It's basically like free DLC. We're reworking Chaos. We're adding these sea lanes. We're reworking objectives. Just say all of that.
Breathe with your belly.
You know, when the game came out, and I think a lot of people would have at least had a little bit more of a favorable response. They still would have been annoyed because the base Warhammer 3 game had some problems, right? And Immortal Empires was not ready at the start. But if they were just upfront with it and just said, hey, we've got all this cool shit coming for you. It's going to be ready late summer. Just stay tuned. I think that would have been really good PR. Because the way they left it so open-ended, like, we have no clue when this is going to be ready. We don't know what to tell you in terms of what we're doing, you know? Like, it did not inspire confidence. But most Warhammer people just really love the game, really love the universe, and so they're probably still watching, right? And, like, they know that but, like, the casual fans, it was just kind of bad. They honestly should have just delayed it. I think they should have just delayed it until summer. Or at least late spring. At a time when they know, like, 100% they can release Immortal Empires within, like, a month or two of release. But it is what it is. I really like where they're going right now. I think almost everybody's going to like this. I don't know how you couldn't. It looks great. I think it exceeds expectations. And based on what happened again with launch, I think that is a very pleasant surprise. Yes, Immortal Empires, August 21st. I might get, I'm not allowed to say whether or not I get early access, but I may or may not get early access. For Warhammer 3, you know, people that were watching the channel know that I got early access, but it was just like a week early. They have like a 2-tiered system where basically they let all their bigwigs get like 90% of the views first, and then some kind of smaller time content creators, they'll give it to us like a week early. Now, maybe it'd be like 2 weeks early. I don't know. But the official release for everybody is the 21st. Yeah. I mean, I don't give a shit if there are bugs and stuff. Like, just get it out there. That's my opinion. I think that's what they decided to do. That's why they're calling it a beta. It's like, that's fine. I think most fans just want to be able to play the sandbox Immortal Empires. Even if they didn't have, you know, 12 different, like, reworks ready at launch, right? That's fine, man. If you just had Volkmar, you know, and you didn't have the new victory conditions, right? It's still the same old capture 20 provinces to win. I think people would have been fine with that. I think they're just, like, I'm happy they're giving a lot, but it's like, bros, you didn't have to do that immediately. Just release it with half of that stuff 3 months earlier, and then just patch that stuff in, and I think people would have been cool with that. Come on, man. Don't die for this. There's not even plates.
Looking for a song in
But anyway, so yes, whatever. The management could have done better. They switched it for whatever reason, we don't know. And they seem to be really knocking it out of the park. So
All of you on stage.
I think it's fantastic. Yeah, I like it. I mean, I still liked playing Warhammer 3. I disabled the... I don't even think I ever did the Chaos stuff. Okay, I'm gonna get Mikhail's. Or do I have to get... Do I have to get anti-healing? I think I'm just gonna get Mikhail's. I think that's more important. Oh, wait, hold on. I need to get, Ionians. Yeah, I mean, I liked Slanesh, I liked Nurgle. I mean, I guess to say I liked all of Warhammer 3 is a stretch. But I did like Slanesh, I did like Nurgle a lot. I thought those were really fun. Tzeentch is like, the idea of Tzeentch is okay. It's just their start position was shit. Like, it's so obnoxious to have to deal with Cathay and that wall when you can't take the wall yourself as Chaos. Like, you don't even get a garrison. It's kind of bullshit. I mean, thematically, it's whatever, but I don't know. The one thing I was gonna say though is I really hope that when they're putting all these new lords, or they're like putting these lords in new locales, that they adjust the
Music helps you keep your head up.
weather or whatever, like the climate, desirable climate. I hope that they make that reasonable, because one of the like early lords they tried to do that with, put them in a really weird spot on the map, was that Tomb King's guy. I can't remember his name, but he's, in my opinion, like probably the worst legendary lord, or he's up there for like worst experience playing him, because he's all alone up in the north, and like everything's yellow. There's like literally one province that's desert, and everything else is mountain and yellow for him. So it just takes so long to establish anything, because your public order is just going to be shit the whole time. It just slows you down so much. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it, Northern. Come back anytime. I'm happy to talk about Warhammer. I am going to do more Warhammer content coming very soon, so definitely check in, see what we're up to, and I'd love to talk to you again. What's up, Lotus? Do I consider myself a moral person? Yeah. I mean, I don't think there are that many people that would consider themselves immoral. I think even people who do immoral things believe they're justified in doing them. I don't know. To me, it would be really odd to live your life thinking you're a bad person. I mean, there are people that are like that, I guess, but... Like, there might be some people that are like that have, like, really low self-esteem.
Everyone fights to be heard. I'll fight to listen.
Exactly, yeah. I think it's something like that, where people do immoral things, but they feel like they're justified in doing them. Or things that a lot of other people would consider to be immoral. Oh shit. They're all spread out, like, I was trying to wait for a good one. Teacher. Yeah, it's just like, regardless of whether people think someone else is moral or immoral, I just
Wonder what I sound like
feel like,
outside my head.
I don't know, maybe that's optimistic. I don't know if that, actually, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But I feel like most people see themselves as the hero of their story, right?
That's the end of this performance. Encore's coming.
Or at least, like, the anti-hero, or something, right? Like, they're the main character in their story.
Haven't heard a soul that wasn't at least a little wrong.
Again, you know, there might be people with, like, really bad... But I think even people with low self-esteem a lot of times probably think they're, like, misunderstood or something, you know?
We get as close to death.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I strive to be a moral person. What?
Not a lot of fighting.
Yeah, sanity, I mean, sanity's a tricky one.
Couldn't lose a rhythm if I tried.
I mean, most things are tricky ones. Our language is very imprecise, our understanding of the world is extremely limited, and of ourselves. We process so little information, and we just have such limited perspectives on anything.
Come for the show, stay
Everything's
for the
always kind of in flux. Can we threaten Baron?
Heading your way. Get ready to rock.
Where did she ward?
Moving with the music.
Okay, she still has a fucking ward. Did she? Where did she ward? Okay, I've got to sweep her here in a second.
Has destroyed the turret.
What the? Okay, yeah, she had to flash. There's no way she gets out of that flashing.
Folks only love a reflection when it isn't theirs.
See, like, Seraphine's the kind of person that might think she's immoral.
You all have a wonderful audience. Thank you.
Why do our brains? Why can't our brains potentially do so much? Can they? I mean, there is kind of that like myth that a lot of our brains like aren't used or activated, but we're assuming that that volume is like higher order thinking too, right? It could just be some use anymore or something. I don't know, but not everything is. Not all volume of the brain is higher order thinking. I mean, as you know, right? But yeah, I've heard that we only use 5% of our brain, but it's like, how do we even know? Like, it's one of those things like, how do you know what's not used? Like, what it does. It's like people who say, like, X percentage of cases of something are never reported. It's like, how do you know what's not reported? Because it's not reported.
Come for the show, stay for the message.
Could be some kind of psionic power. I mean, it could be something really cool, but it could just be something super pedestrian, too. I don't know.
Mistake me for my lyrics.
But yeah, I mean, we're just limited by our processing power. I mean, it is really big processing power, but really? She's attached to the Teemo? Oh, nice. Rengar hunt him down. Just take this drag. Fuck around. I mean, she's gonna try to get it. I don't think I can CC her. If I can get her in combat. There we go. God, my movement around that shit is so... Next item, Rhyolite. No, I'm kind of off the Rhyolite train on her. I've seen people doing it. I feel like there are probably better opportunities. It just doesn't help your team enough. Like, I get it. No, I think if you're gonna go Rhyolize, it probably needs to be first item. Oh my god. I don't think I've hit an ult yet this game.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
It's like you have enough data. Yeah. So like our brain definitely gets access to way more information than we can use. Right? Like we take in a whole lot of sensory data and we have a lot of thoughts and interpretations of that data on the spot that we just don't remember because our body has to decide, is this important or not? It's got like 5 seconds or something. The thing that like makes decisions about memory and decides whether or not it's going to lock it in long-term memory or short-term memory. A lot of those mechanisms are still like very poorly understood too. But based on what I last heard a long time ago in psych classes in college, it's basically like you got 5 seconds. your mind does to decide what's important and what's not, what it's going to remember and what it doesn't. And based on a lot of what I've seen, kind of language theory stuff, a lot of that is usually a combination of based on something with survival. Barely didn't have my ult. That would have been a nice ult. Based on like emotion, because that is heavily correlated with survival, right? If you're really scared about some shit, especially, you want to remember that. So that was probably a bad experience you don't want to repeat if you want to survive. But then a lot of it is also based on your personal narrative, right? Who you are, what you think is important in the world, sort of what your mission is. And if it aligns with that, if it connects with your story, you're a lot more likely to remember it, obviously, than something that just seems totally random. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Everyone's got their own needs.
Okay, yeah, I just finally hit an ult. Alright. It's back, I guess. Get a piece.
You've all been a wonderful audience.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. I mean, they kind of always will be. But yeah, I mean, our minds are very interesting. A lot of it comes down to our language also. That starts to get really deep, but our language also limits, to some extent, what we're able to think. It's possible that somewhere in our mind, you know, like you're saying, we do have access to a lot more information, whether people want to call that, I don't know about psionic in terms of teleporting and things like that, but we might be able to get a deeper understanding of some things, but our language just can't express it, or we just don't know, like, where to look. Like, it manifests itself in such an unusual way that our society doesn't really correlate with, kind of like meditation, right? The society doesn't really correlate very well with. Yeah, meditation's probably the best example of some kind of hidden psychological ability that could have actual real effects in terms of stress levels and understanding about certain kinds of things and stuff like that. And meditation primarily works because it tries to move away from language. Because you're trying to get an experience and be fully in that experience without language, at least in sort of the Zen tradition. So you're trying to have an experience that's removed from language, which could potentially interact with a part of, you know, parts of our brain that we don't have. Now, whether that's good or bad, or whether that even matters, you know, it's up for debate. But it's just trying to get a different kind of experience. Obviously, some kinds of drugs have also been linked with that, psychedelic stuff. Oh, that was a goodie. That and there's good. Honestly, forgot we had a Cassio on our team. I've just been autopiloting this game. You think in a language is just still... I don't know, it depends, right? Can we ever fully get rid of language? But I think the stated goal, again, a lot of meditation is different, but in sort of the Buddhist tradition, particularly the Zen Buddhist tradition, which I think is one of the most practiced in terms of meditation stuff in the US. One of the more common ways to practice is to like focus on your breath. It's like an early way to do it, and to try to remove yourself from language. To try to, most people do it to try to relieve stress, I think. So if you just kind of, you're trying to forget in a positive way. You're trying to forget so that you can remember, as paradoxical as that seems. Like you're trying to forget a lot of pedestrian stuff that in the long run doesn't matter, so you can remember what does matter, which is trying to live in the moment. Like, you're trying to forget Connie,
People don't
who,
always listen, but that's
you
no
know,
reason
talked
to
shit
be
at work today. So that you can remember that you're still an awesome person, you got a lot of good stuff going on in your life. But yeah, I mean, you're right, like, with Vajrayana Buddhism, which is, like, a spin-off of Theravada, you know, they'll have a certain word or something that they'll focus on, like Om, you know, where you hear the monks chanting and shit. That's not always meditation, but in meditation, sometimes they try to do that. So yeah, there are different sort of expressions of that. But I think the goal of most meditation is moving away from language and just sort of mindfulness and awareness of, like, your experiences outside of language, whether that's connecting with yourself, connecting with others, connecting with the universe. It's trying to give you a different kind of experience.
Victory!
Buddhism is popular. I don't know if it's still popular in Japan, but historically Zen is, like, the Zen version of Buddhism is what most Americans, when they think of Buddhism as, like, the pure Buddhism or whatever, that's what they think of. Although, really, it started in China as Chan Buddhism, and that migrated over from India initially as Mahayana Buddhism. Oh, he's like... he's got asterisks for his name. Yeah, Shinto has shrines. I mean, so basically, Buddhism started as sort of a way to branch off of Theravada. It has a similar, that's like really reductive, but the way that sort of rhetorically it evolved was sort of similar to how Christianity evolved out of Judaism. If you want to think about that, sort of, if that helps as an analogy. So basically, you've got this old guard, ancient religion, right? And that'd be like Judaism in the West, and then in India, that was Hinduism. Now, those two are very different, right? Judaism, of course, is mono-god. Hinduism is really just an imperial term used to describe everything religious, you know, that was going on in India that wasn't otherwise identifiable. So that's why it has like 300-something gods in its pantheon, because it was like you just smushed a bunch of local religions together. You needed to call it something, so you just called it Hinduism. And then out of that came somebody, you know, a singular person who wanted to change everything to some extent, who still kind of celebrated the old ways, but he wanted a new way to make the positive aspects of the religion more accessible to the masses, right? Sort of like how Jesus, you know, in the narrative of Christianity, how Jesus was a Jew, but he came about and he wanted to sort of rethink the core of Judaism and sort of innovate on it and make it more accessible for more people. It was the same thing with the Buddha. So he came up with this new system. And then initially it was Theravada, which is like this old guard, like we're really focused on ritual, we're really focused on tradition, very similar to Catholicism, right? Sort of the initial calcify is not the word, but the initial like mainstream way that it got expressed. And then off of that, you had more people that eventually said, hey, we want to be able to take this in even more directions and branch off in a bunch of different ways, right? Kind of like Protestants, who were just like, you know, that we're Christian, but we want to do things a little different from the Catholics, and we want there to be a bunch of different ways you could branch off, right? And then that's what ended up happening in Buddhism too with Mahayana. Wanted to branch off, open up for even more expressions, and then out of that, that's where you found sort of the Zen version of it, which a lot of people in the West really interpret as more emphasizing sort of practice and philosophy. Some people even call it a philosophy, they try to separate it from all of its kind of local rituals and stuff like that. That's, you know, grounded in a very specific culture, because that's hard to relate to, you know, from halfway around the world. We don't really know what it's like to be an Indian starving in this jungle, right? Or like a Chinese person, you know, on a mountain or something like that, right? Like, that's hard to relate to. But these really broad concepts, people feel like they can relate with that more. So the West likes Zen the most because they think it's the most sort of abstracted, in a sense, that they can relate to and connect with, like a philosophy. And it really has a high emphasis on practice, right? Doing the meditation, doing these things, mindfulness. A lot of the ideas are really congruent with kind of Western individualism, freedom of expression, especially the Beat generation was when it really came over, right? 40s, 50s, stuff like that. It picked up steam, and then that connected with a lot of the, you know, chatter about LSD and, you know, using these psychedelics to expand your mind. Buddhism is very against drugs, at least in most manifestations, but people just connected those stories together. And so, like, a lot of these Beat generation people, beat poets and stuff like that, really started to investigate it a lot more. People were looking at it before then, but that's when it became, like, sort of mainstream in the US, some of those ideas. And so that's what it's like. So it's basically similar to, like, I don't know, in Christianity, a Protestant, you know, modern day Protestant version of Christianity. Yeah, most religions are against drugs. Yeah, basically, religion class giving lecture. I like it. I find all of it fascinating. You know, it was one of my majors undergrad, specifically Buddhism. I had like 3 or 4 classes on it, and I studied a decent amount, although most of what I studied in grad school about it was like 19th century Victorian ideas about it, which were similar and different. The reason the Victorians liked it was because there was all this talk about evolution and Darwinism in the 40s and 50s, and there's this kind of disenchantment with religion at the time. You know, mainstream Victorians were still Christian, but a lot of them were, like, raising questions about it. There was more kind of historical evidence suggesting that, like, people were looking at, well, what was Jesus actually like as a historical person, right? What was going on in his surroundings in that historical era, and thinking it was okay to be able to accept, or to be able to not necessarily challenge, but to investigate a little bit more, right? And so then when people started learning about Buddhism, and again, this is a very, like, westernized, disconnected version of it, they saw it as kind of philosophical, and they're like, oh, there's this person who reached enlightenment and figured out how to be a really ethical person all on his own. He didn't need a god. So they saw Buddhism as a religion without a god, which is not accurate with most Buddhist practitioners. Usually when people, especially in the East, they don't put everything in a little box like we do in the West. Like, you can be Buddhist and, you know, be Shinto and have some Taoist ideas about something or whatever. Like, you can mix and match a lot of stuff, and that's fine. They didn't even have a concept of religion as something being separate from philosophy or political science or whatever else until, like, very, very recently, right? Like in the last 100 years or something. 200 years. That was really a Western import. They were just like, these are ways of understanding and thinking about the world, and they're all related. Why would you try to put them in a box? It's not accurate to how most people think about things. So, anyways, but yeah, they had a very disconnected, and most people who liked these ideas would not call themselves Buddhist either, like you're saying, Mal. Even people today that do meditation and, you know, think about some of these tenets of Buddhism, this sort of compassion for others, all these other things. I mean, Christianity has that too. Most religions have that. But most people would not outright call themselves Buddhists. Like, they think you can explore all of these things, but because you're not buying into a god or something, because you're not worshiping a deity, they're going to say they're not Buddhist. Kind of like how a lot of people describe themselves as spiritual but not religious. You know, it's like, you know, they just want to feel like they're not I don't know, like they're not a pawn to an institution. I think that's what it is. They want to feel like they're independent and things like that. People just, especially in the West, we just like to feel like we're really independent, making our own decisions about most things. When sometimes we are, but I think a lot of times, more than most people admit, they are being manipulated and influenced by all kinds of outside forces. Anyways, that's it for another time. Okay, but thank you guys very much. I think we ended up, going 2-1 on the night. Had some really long games, but I think they were some good, fun games. We got to play some different champs. That's good. We got Rakan, Janna, Seraphine. And I'll try to get back on tomorrow. Again, my freedom. Yeah. You want real freedom, you got to have knowledge. If you don't have knowledge, if you can't see your chains, you can't ever take them off. That's what people don't realize. And that's not going to happen until we improve the education in the country. But anyways. Okay. Well, that's going to be it. Thank y'all very much. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll see if maybe I can do like an ADC tier list or at least a patch preview of what's coming up next patch. And I'll see if I can get on here earlier this time. So I can get my sleep schedule, a little bit back on track. But I should be back around 10 or 11. Okay. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good day. Great chatting with you. See you next time.